more gloomy day today. No rain, albeit I'm sure the dogs still like to get outside when they have overcast conditions too.
Always.
Yeah, today definitely a day to be outside because it's not too hot, and even though it's gray out there, our 9th consecutive day without rainfall, measurable rainfall here in the Queen City, second longest streak of the year. We could surpass #1, which is 12 days in a row, set earlier this summer. You can see the cloud cover out there, lots of it. Looks gray, looks like it could rain on our Mr. Sparky Carolina camera network, but no rain out there. Today, again, is actually equal lux, which is the day where we have equal day and night. Remember, the equinox was on Saturday. That's the astronomical beginning of autumn. Meteorological autumn starts on September 1st. But today is actually the day in Charlotte where we have equal daylight and nighttime because sunrise and sunset are 7:14 and 7:14 a.m. and p.m. So we get 12 hours of each, and that happens because of the way we measure sunrise and sunset. They're a little bit different there, and refraction through the atmosphere causes that to be a little delayed from the equinox date. You see the clouds out there? Again, probably not going to see that sunset tonight because of all the cloud cover. That northeast wind, though, is giving us some slightly cooler air, but not much rain. We're kind of surrounded by rain. Now, if we get some rain in here, we'll take it. It's been very dry since the beginning of September. It has been a dry stretch of weather. And tomorrow, even though we'll have thick cloud cover again, most areas are going to be back into the 70s with not much rain. The one exception could be Boone with a little bit of drizzle possible up there, but even there it would be incredibly light. The reason we'll see drizzle in the mountains, this upslope flow is going to hit the eastern facing slopes. Those mountains act like a stalled front. They lift the air and create some drizzle and condense some of that moisture out. You can see a few specks here and there of maybe some drizzle. That's about it. It's just clouds for the most part. We cannot squeeze out any rainfall. We need a widespread rainfall event to help us out. And the 7-day rainfall forecast shows the stalled front off to the southeast. Florida's going to get it. They need the rain. They'll have plenty of it. But us, boy, it's going to be hard pressed to see any rain at all in the next 7 days. We could use some moisture. Typically, we look at tropical systems, at least decaying ones or the remnants. None of these heading our way right now. There's Philippe, but this next band, or this next wave, I should say, has a pretty good chance of development here. It will likely be Rena here in the next 24 to 36 hours, as we have Philippe already ahead of it. Philippe's going to move off towards the west. Notice how weak it stays. It's going into an environment of sheer and dry air, and then heads towards Hispaniola. That's usually the graveyard of the Atlantic for tropical systems. The mountains will tear it up, and we will not see that system. Also helping us out and keeping those storms away, big ridge of high pressure. It's also why it's so dry and warm. That ridge is going to be over the eastern half of the country for the next 6 to 10 days. In fact, by the weekend and next week, we could see temperatures jumping into the low and mid 80s when our average high should be in the mid to upper 70s. So very dry, very warm as we go into October. October is typically a pretty dry month, but this could be even drier than normal. You see tomorrow temperatures in the mid 70s, just a 20% chance of a stray area of drizzle. We'll look at the Guy Roofing 7-day forecast first, and look how dry it is as temperatures warm up. Let's go 10 days into the future to see if there's any sign of rain. We're gonna have to go to day 10 before we have a chance of rain in the forecast. And look at next week. Not only is it gonna be dry, but that first week of October, low to mid 80s. We'll be right back.